Alright guys, welcome to another AC Ninja video. Sounds corny doing an intro like that, but I feel like I gotta have a starting point somewhere, but we'll work on those. So I wanted to film a quick video today because we had, and when I say we, I mean me, I had a couple questions in the comments about the size of the 400 in relation to them and my weight and height. So I wanted to make a quick video while I do an after work cruise. Hope you're not hearing the wind too much. Hoping that dead cap is working. Talking about just that, the size of the bike. So for starters, this is a 2021 Ninja 400. The only modifications, there's nothing with the suspension. The only modifications are these Leovin slip-on, some frame sliders, some grips, the windscreen obviously, so nothing that would affect what we're talking about. I am 6 foot even. What a pretty day. So I'm 6 foot even. My inseam is about 32 inches. And, you know, I'm a little, I don't want to say the word crunched up, but, you know, it's not a sporty riding position by any means because the handlebars, but the seat is low and your feet are kind of high. And what I mean by that is in relation to your butt, your feet are somewhat close. It's not nearly the same as a Super Sport or, you know, 600 or a liter bike, but, so as far as like the riding position, I don't think it matters what size you are, unless you're like 6'6", 6'5", maybe then, you know, it's going to be maybe too tight. But I think the main concern for people that are either short or tall is, you know, for short people especially, or shorter people, I don't want to say short people, but people that are vertically challenged, this bike should still work for you, man. Honestly, I'll put a measurement of what the seat is off the ground, like here at the bottom now. And again, I have a 32-inch inseam. I won't repeat that over and over like I did in the first take, that you probably won't ever see unless I do a blooper reel that I tried to do of this video. But with that inseam, I can easily flat foot at lights. And when I'm getting on the bike, that's literally not an issue at all. In fact, I have quite a bit of knee bend. So, I would say I got like, I don't know, 3 inches to spare. So, with my inseam, you figure if someone's got a 28 to 29 inch inseam, you probably could still flat foot it, or at the very least, get close. And if not, you'd be using your, you know, sort of your tippy toes, the balls of your feet, which, that's fine. I mean, most people, when they ride at first, they start two-legging it at lights or during stopped situations, and then eventually almost everybody starts one-legging it. You either got your left foot down and your right foot on the rear brake, or, you know, vice versa if you got your front brake engaged. So you can always lean the bike a little. And with that said, this bike is only 350 pounds, give or take a couple. I think it's probably give a couple. So it's a very light bike to begin with, and it's easy to maneuver and whip. So for like leaning it at lights and being able to kind of handle it, it's so light. I don't work out anymore like I used to, so I'm not super strong by any means. I'm not, you know, I'm not like a freaking athlete or anything. I used to be, I think, but at least I thought so. But you can easily flick this around. You can easily lean this at lights, put your foot down, flat foot it. I mean, I had someone ask that I think's probably about 5 foot, and they were concerned. I mean, the height, yeah, that matters, but the inseam matters more, because there's all shapes and sizes, I should say. You know, there's some people that are my height and their inseam is way bigger or way shorter. So I would say go to a dealership, or go look one up on Facebook Marketplace or Cycle Trader, where I found my bike, and just go sit on it. You know, if you can find a dealer, obviously that's more ideal, because someone's probably not going to want to be bothered to look at their bike just so you can sit on it and see if it works for you. I mean, if you're a serious buyer and it feels comfortable, and you're willing to buy it on the spot or after that, obviously. But find a dealership, man, and just go visit it and check it out and see how you feel. That's what I would suggest, because bikes all seem, you always have this image of the bike before you get it. I think, like, my cousins and family always rode Jitsers, and I always wanted one. And you know, I was watching somebody that was in the same boat, and then they finally got one, and it wasn't what they expected, and they ended up liking Yamahas way more. So I just like the way the bikes looked, the way they sounded. So, like, the same thing might be true for the Ninja. Like, you might see it, go sit on it, and be like, yeah, I don't even like this for another reason, forget the size, or it may feel just right. So that's one main suggestion. Go find one physically and sit on it and see how you feel. I'll show you quick at the stop sign how my feet sit. So again, with my inseam, you can see there's bend in my knee, and I'm flat-footing. You could easily lean with one foot if you wanted to, and have your other foot up. Nice little dual sport. Couldn't tell what it was. So yeah, that's pretty much it, man. I don't got a whole lot to say. All I'll say is this: for a starter bike, there's so many good ones now, so I wouldn't say like this is the best just because I own it. But I was deciding between this and the CF Moto 450 SS SR if you're overseas, and I believe the seat height on that is slightly higher. But this bike is one of the better starter bikes you're gonna get. You get all the things you get in the CF Moto minus the technology, but the long-term reliability you're getting. I just turn this on and run it. Do oil changes, some simple things, and some simple maintenance stuff, you know, like tires when you need them, brakes when you need them, oil change, and this thing will run forever. So, not to turn this into a sales pitch to get a 400, but if you're thinking about getting a new bike or a first bike or something fun to whip around, I couldn't recommend it more. Low down speed, it's fun, man. It's not gonna knock your socks off, and that's the whole point. It's so light and nimble. Consider this the Mazda Miata or MX-5, again, if you're overseas. The MX-5 of, like, motorcycles. It's sporty, fun, it's lightweight, it gets the job done. Good car to learn on, to get your skill set ironed out and perfected, or maybe not a good choice of words, but improve your skills as a rider. And whether you're small or big, it just fits, man. I've seen so many different sized people ride this. I mean, there's big guys that ride Groms. I've seen, and I don't mean this in a negative way, but I've seen I'm sure everyone else that's watching this has probably seen a video or two like this, but I've seen dwarfs or little people on sport bikes and they get off at the light. At least the one guy I saw, he gets off at the light and side saddles the bike, basically stands next to it. And then once the light turns green, he just hops on the peg, throws the leg over, and starts hauling. It's like, once you're moving, it don't matter how big or small you are. Now obviously if you're a heavier set gentleman or lady, you happen to be 6'3" and also, I don't know, 300 pounds, I'm sure it's all muscle, this is not going to move like you expect it to. You know, weight does matter. When the bike only weighs 350, you got to consider the percentage of weight you're putting on it, right? So I'm 200. I'm more than half the weight of this bike. This road is so nice, but it doesn't ever look clean, and it makes me so nervous that there's gravel or slick spots. Once, we just had some bad weather last week, 2 weeks ago, and now things are starting to clean up a little bit. Once the roads really get clean, this road is, from all the salt and gravel here in the Northeast, this road is going to be one I frequent a lot. If you go back and watch some of my old videos, the first video I ever recorded was on this road, the first couple of rides I ever did. Not the most ideal road, it's just scenic, pretty, and technical. Probably too technical for my first time out on the bike, but I had an old Akaso ES7000 or EK, I forgot what it's even called. It was 4K footage, but it was just a crappy camera, just a shitty lavalier mic, and it was mounted on the side of the bike, so it didn't have the same view. But yeah, I'm actually anxious to watch this footage back now when I post this and compare it. Now that I have the new camera, new mic set up, and a little more skill set. Still far from a skilled rider, but also I have the wide angle, not the ultra wide, so my apologies if someone wants to see more of the handlebars. I probably am cutting some of that off, but maybe I'll adjust it for the ride back. And again, I'm not ripping today. We got kind of cluttered, dirty roads, and just want to take a nice cruise and talk about the size of the Ninja 400. So yeah, if you're considering buying one and you're concerned with your height, again, I can tell you all you want that it's going to fit you fine, and I think it will. I think anywhere from 5 foot up, depending on your inseam, I think you'd be fine. But until you go sit on one for yourself and just feel it, you're never going to know for real. And then also, it's just fun. Go looking at bikes is fun, even before you get one. I remember going to dealerships and shopping and sitting on different bikes and seeing how they feel and trying to imagine yourself riding it and all that. So, alright, we're gonna turn around here in this gravel pit, and I might hop off for 1 second, just see if I can make it. Oh yeah. Gotta scrub the tires after. Yeah, so again, I'll try and show you the bike best I can, just to show you it's not very tall. I mean, you can see the seat where it is with my inseam. It's halfway up my thigh, so that's pretty low. So what's up, boss? Twin. Yeah, it's a lawnmower basically.
No, it's not.
Yeah, no.
How to blow and grunt.
Yeah.
I rode a motorcycle for 47 years.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
What'd you ride? Oh really?
Yeah.
This is first full season for me.
Well, that's a great bike to throw around the corners. So
Yeah, it is. That's why I got it. I wanted to get something I can learn on. Yeah, these were on them when I bought it. They were, I think, more track oriented. I think the guy tracked this. He told me he didn't, but I could tell he probably did.
Especially this time of year with the salt and the gravel on the road, you know?
Yeah, you're not wrong.
They're real warm before they stick.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a nice little ride.
Thanks, man.
You know?
Yeah.
My last bike was a FJR 1300 Yamaha.
Oh, really? Nice. So you had a Japanese?
Yeah. It was
awesome.
Like, went 0 to 60 in 3.6 seconds.
Nice.
Top speed 150 miles an hour.
Okay. That's awesome, dude.
Yeah, we're all over the country.
Oh, really? Did you?
Yeah.
Nice.
Did you take any classes at all?
Yeah, I did the MSF course.
Did you do the first one?
Yep.
You go all the way up to expert.
You know what? I'm glad you said that. So,
It really is.
I've been watching a lot of, and that through the MSF, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay. So I wanted to do the Yamaha Champ School. Yamaha has their daily course, and then they also have the Champ School. A little expensive.
Pocono, or where they have that?
So they have one in, I think it's Millview. It's North Jersey track.
Okay.
Pocono Raceway does track days, so I was thinking about actually checking out that just to do track days.
Go there a lot.
Did you?
Yeah.
To the Pocono? How was it? Because
Summit Point,
Okay.
Mid-Ohio, Laconia.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah,
Nice,
they're
dude.
all those,
That's awesome.
you know?
I just looked that up a couple weeks ago for Pocono. I want to see if I can sign up. It's a good place to go.
Yeah, they use the
Push-
inside. They use the inside field, the thick field.
Right.
Not the larger track.
Right. Looks like a nice layout from what I saw.
Especially on this. I mean.
Yeah, okay.
I used to go to Tail of the Dragon and.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh.
Every year.
That's cool.
You know?
That's cool.
And
Just talking with somebody about that the other day. That's funny.
and with this thing, doesn't matter how big of a bike you have, you can lead people around by the nose on this.
Yeah.
Because it's first gear, second gear, flow over. First gear, second gear, over.
Okay.
You know, you can't get any speed really.
Right.
You know?
Right.
It's all skill.
Yeah. That's 100% why.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people jump on like the 600s and the parallel twins, right? And it's like, what's the point? It's like, you know, anyone can go straight fast,
Exactly.
right? Like,
it's the art of the corner, man. That's
yeah.
so much fun. It's
Yeah.
the art of the freaking corner.
Oh man.
And I drive that thing, I always do with my cars like I do a motorcycle. It's just like one line of sight, pick a line, and
Yep.
go.
Yep.
You know?
Awesome.
It's fun.
That's
You're all set up now with all the modern conveniences. I started out with a Walkman, if you know what that is.
Yep.
In my tank bag. And then a Discman.
Oh yeah, I had one.
And an iPod.
So I'm 37. So I grew up right at the time when like the internet was not really here yet, and we started the Walkman and all that. So I wasn't old enough to ride then, but yeah, I remember those. That's cool, man. My uncle does that. He rides all over the country.
I have 42 states.
That's awesome.
We're over the panhandle of Texas like this. Fucking windstorm.
Get out.
Sand felt like sandpaper on my forearm.
No way. Like iron butt. Like you're basically doing the iron.
That's what I was doing.
Was it? Oh, get
I
out.
went from here to New Mexico.
Holy shit. Get
The
out.
only thing I did was I would stop at rest stops and take that half-hour nap on a fucking picnic table and keep going.
Did you used to, how did they, so like I heard something about someone that was doing that, and they would like take cards from businesses to like show your checkpoints or wherever you stopped. Like,
Yeah,
is that what you would do to like,
There's gas slips, toll, you know,
just to
toll
track
slips,
your time and all that?
Yeah,
That's cool, man.
You have to let them know you're doing it.
Right.
You know?
That's awesome. I'd love to get to do that one day.
Oh man, there were times where I was starting to fall asleep and I was like up
Uh.
the guide rail. It's like just like this far. You can't react quickly.
Right.
You're gonna oversteer and you're screwed.
Right.
You have to be real smooth.
Oh man. Did you have you didn't have, there was no cruise control on those bikes, was there? Did you have cruise control?
So yeah, I didn't have it.
Yeah. That's tough.
Yeah, they did have cruise control. You can put cruise control on it.
Now, yeah, you can add it on the end.
Yeah.
If I was going to do something like that, yeah, I guess that's probably the move, right? But
And you know, my bike was a sport touring bike, the last one I had, and I put what were called healing bar spacers, 2-inch spacers.
okay.
Brought the clip-ons a little higher.
So it's a little more comfortable.
Yeah, so you're not like this.
Yeah. That's why I like this too. It's like,
You're riding with one hand most of the time.
yeah. That's awesome, dude. I'm glad I ran into you. Hey, it was a pleasure to meet you.
Yep, shiny side up.
All right, yeah, thanks, man. Have a great one, bud. Thank you. Oh, that was awesome. See, this is why I ride, guys. I mean, it's not why I ride. I shouldn't say that. Let me take it back. This is one of the perks of riding. The community, obviously, just seems awesome. Car community is cool and all, but there's a lot of people that, I don't know. I think y'all know if y'all watch this stuff. Car community can be a little toxic, is the word. All right, take care, Chief. Yeah, that's cool, man. I actually was just talking to somebody that I work with that does the iron butt stuff down to Florida and back. It's crazy, man. It's dedication. You really got to love to ride. It's a cool thing. And it's nice hearing old timers that done it for years too. You know, that guy talking about all the stuff that I kind of keep in my mind when I'm riding is. It's why that's actually perfect. It's why I got this bike. I'm not worried about going straight fast. You know, I'll have some highway posts. One, so people can see what the Ninja can do on the highway. I know there's plenty of them out there, but I'd like to do it from my perspective. And it's fun, and I'm gonna rip this on the highway here and there for sure, but this is about the twisties. Like I said, it's like the MX-5 of motorcycles. That guy said he rode for what, 20, 30 years? I'll have to watch it back. Hit 42 states. It's awesome. Totally awesome. That kind of interrupted what I was showing you, I guess, on the bike, but I think I got my point across. Height-wise, you'd be fine. Big, tall, small, the Ninja will work for you. If you're, you know, like I said, 300 pounds, it's going to be a little slower. But the the fun, this isn't a fast bike anyway, so it's like, oh yeah, you don't want to make a slow bike even slower, but the whole point of this bike is not to ride fast. The whole point of this bike is to ride fun, man. Hit the twisties, lay it down, practice trail braking. And he's right, these tires are track tires. Treads are a little, you know, non-existent, you could say. They're more sticky, so they're fine for what I'm gonna do for now. But I am gonna get some new tires probably halfway through this season, I think. I'm gonna ride as much as I think I am, and I think I'm gonna ride a lot. We'll burn through these tires in no time probably, and then we'll get some Bridgestone battle axes. Alright, I'm just going to ride back home. I think I covered what I wanted to cover. Appreciate you guys watching. Again, this is just an impromptu, not scripted video based off questions I get in the comment section, and I just wanted to get something together sooner than later. Instead of doing some big production, I just, you know, this is more real than me, and just what one of my quick rides after work might look like. And also, you know, I can answer your guys' questions fast. So again, I'll put the measurements of the seat height. But again, I suggest you going to sit on one of these yourself and check it out, man. Check it out, man. All right, I appreciate you guys watching. I may, I don't know, I may let this ride, just record my ride back with no talking, and just enjoy the engine sound and the exhaust and the ride. And I may end it here. We'll see what happens in editing. But either way, appreciate everybody. I didn't think I'd get to the, well, not at 300 subs yet, but I didn't think I'd get to that point this fast. So everyone that has subscribed, I really do appreciate it. If you haven't, and you're interested in watching more content, hit that sub button, man. You know, I hate asking people. When I watch YouTube videos, because everyone that makes them, I'm sure everyone watches YouTube, honestly. And when I hate when people are like, please like, subscribe, hit the bell. I don't want to do all that crap, you know. I ask now. I feel like it's something you gotta do, blah blah blah. But I'm not gonna make that a habit. I think my goal is I want to make just entertaining, informative, fun content as a hobby. And if like people like it, you're gonna subscribe. Or you're going to hit the like button at the very least. And if you don't, you're not. And I appreciate you either way. So, yeah, we'll leave it at that, man. So, like, subscribe. Just kidding.